Hey y'all, what it is, bitches. Okay, so everybody's fucking confused. Well, some people are confused. No, I did not get closure from my ex. He has not spoke to me since November 11th, Veterans Day, when he dumped my ass. So when I uploaded that video, the last video I uploaded about, him dumping me in front of my family, that shit happened in August. My dumb ass went back to this motherfucker after he dumped me in August and basically told my family that he may never love me and that he's not in love with me, but he has love for me. And he needs his house key back and his garage door opener back. And, he needs, we can maybe be friends, but that's about it. And our relationship book is closed. This nigga came back a month later and he basically was like, we need to start over. I miss you so much. I've been on OkCupid trying to find someone, but you're the best I've had, blah, blah, blah. All types of fucking lies. Just to get back with me a month later and then dump me 2 months later talking about I'm incompatible in a relationship at all. And, our relationship wasn't meant to be. It's ran its course. So anybody who's confused, no, he has not given me closure and I'm still fucking grieving about it. And, last week I did go on a date and I promised y'all I would talk about it. So here the fuck we go. So I'm on Bumble, right? Bumble is that app where the woman talks first, And the only downfall about Bumble is, like, when the woman talks first, the man does not know how to keep up the fucking conversation. Like, there's been so many fucking guys I hollered at, and they ask, you would just say, hey back, or hi there, or some shit. And then I respond like, oh, how you doing? And they won't fucking keep a conversation going for shit. Like, for fucking shit. Like, if their life depended on it, they wouldn't keep a goddamn conversation going. So, there's one guy, he was cute in the face, but you know how guys say, hey, if a girl ain't got no body pictures in her profile, she's most likely fat. Okay? Well, this guy did not have any body pictures in his profile, so that was a little red flag. But he had a pretty cute face. He had a nice beard. He looked pretty daddyish from his face. His face was a little husky looking, but I was like, okay, well, he may just be a little thickums, not fat. Thickums, like who's a guy that's thickums and not fat? Like fucking, The Rock or something. Like muscular and buffy. Like shit I like. But anyway. I'm like, okay, maybe he's just really buff and muscular somehow. And maybe that's why his face looks all big because maybe he works out a lot and blah, blah. No, bitch, he's fat as hell. But I didn't know this because, we kept texting back and forth. He's really nice. I sent him he's in his profile. He said, I'm really here for a relationship. I'm seriously not here to just to fuck around. I'm ready to settle down. I live such and such. I do such and such. I went to school this many years, blah, blah. I'm not here just to play around. If you're interested, ladies, hit me up with a funny meme and I'll respond back to you. So I hit him with a funny ass meme or whatever of a dog drooling. And he responds with, hey, Olivia, you're so beautiful. I would love to get to know you. My name is such and such. Let me give him a nickname. Fat Albert. Fat Albert was like, I'm such and such, I do this for a living. I make this much. I'd love to get to know you. You're very beautiful. What do you look for in a man? I tell him what the fuck I look for in a man. And if anybody doesn't know, what I look for a man is someone who's stable, not only financially stable, but mentally stable and emotionally stable. I look for someone who believes in God because my ex did not. Well, he did believe in God, but he really didn't. He didn't believe in the Bible, so that really fucked things up in our relationship in a way because I felt like he did not get me and my church stuff and my parents' church stuff that he thought my family was fucking weird. So a guy has to believe in God. A guy has to believe that a man is the leader because I feel like the man is the leader in the relationship. A guy has to be able to have his own shit, a car, his own place, and his own job and career, bitch. I need a man who went to school or is going to school. And yeah, that's really what I'm looking for. And a guy who understands me, my YouTube, and my humor, and my anxiety. So I told him all this shit. He's like, oh, great. I can do that. I'm very understanding. I'm not one of these guys who likes to throw in the towel. I'm in for the long haul, blah, blah. So we end up texting. He's always sending me good morning, beautifuls. I hope you're having a great day. I can't wait to meet you. Saturday, we had our date last Saturday. I can't wait to meet you this Saturday, blah, blah. I'll come near your way. So he told me he can't. So something came up where he couldn't pick me up because he had to he had to go to work or something at the last minute, and he had to after his work come straight to the restaurant, instead of pick me up, which honestly I was kind of salty about. But then I was like, this dude is driving an hour because he lives an hour from me. To come see my ass, I'll just get my mom to drop me off at the fucking restaurant. Maybe it's better if he does not know where I live yet, because what if he's a fucking creep? Okay, so my mom did not know I was going on a date. I told her I was going out with my female friends, and she couldn't pick me up because she was short on gas or some shit. I don't know what the fucking excuse I made. And she drops me off, and I walk in that bitch, and I actually walked past him on accident, and he's sitting there with his fucking belly flopping over Evan's lap. Like, he's sitting on a bench, right? And outside the restaurant, and he's like, his belly's like flopping over his lap. Like, he looks really sloppy. Like, his belly looks like he kind of favors Rick Ross at this point, body wise. Okay, it's just not cute in a way, but he still had a nice face, even though his body was not on point, and and then also he was wearing this big ass hoodie, a fucking gray ass hoodie and sneakers and some ripped up jeans, like he was somebody's dad trying to look cool. And I'm like, oh my god. And then as I was walking past him, he's like, hey Olivia. And I'm like, oh shit, this is actually the motherfucker. Because you know how you walk past someone and you're not sure if that's really the person you're looking for, but you walk past them anyways to see if they holler at you first, and he did. So oops. And I was like, damn it. And I said, hey, back. I was really nice. I was, I'm really nice in person. I try to compose myself in person. I'm not an asshole in person. Like, especially if we're out in public and you drove an hour to see me, and you're really nice, because he's a really nice guy. I'm not trying to, shit on him, but it just wasn't what I was expecting. Okay. So we get to the table, whatever. He's like, oh, you look real nice. I hope I'm looking up to your standards. And I'm like thinking, oh Lord, God forgive me for lying. But I said, yes, you are. I'm so glad you came to meet me, blah, blah, So, as we're eating, he's talking to me like he's asking me the 20s questions game. Like, there's nothing wrong with asking me random ass shit, but at least be interesting with it. Because all he kept asking me was like, so, how many friends you got? Like, he was smacking and it was like, so, how many friends you got? You ready for the holidays? Do you like your job? How far you live from here? When you gonna move out your parents' house? Like, he was just asking me like random ass, basic ass questions. Like, you should just text. Ooh, what's your favorite color? What's the state you want to visit the most? What's the place you ain't visited before? Like, just random shit. And it's like, dude, it was like talking to my brother. Like, he was like talking to my brother or talking to somebody at work. Like, it wasn't like anything romantic. At least my ex tried to be romantic. Like, y'all, my ex picked me up on our first date. He picked me up. We went to an Italian restaurant. We had wine. He was telling me how that he really likes me and he's glad he met me and that he could see me as being his girl and blah blah. And then after our date, we went to his house to meet his dogs, and he introduced me to his dogs, and he treated me like a fucking class act, a gentleman, motherfucker. Y'all think I'm a fucking gold digger and only likes to date guys with cars, because this nigga, after he was being boring as fuck, asked me all these random ass questions. All he kept talking about was his fucking cars. All he was saying, oh, I got a Lexus. I got 2 BMWs. I race with them cars. I race them cars across the South too as my part-time thing. Well, I like to cook ribs. I like to get steak. You like ribs? I'm like, no, I don't like ribs. He's like, oh, damn, more for me then. It's like, it was dumb shit, man. He had like the personality of like a drunken uncle. Like, it was stupid. And he was smacking he was like licking his fingers after eating the chicken. He ordered fries and mashed potatoes. Who the fuck orders fries and mashed potatoes, okay? Anyway, and y'all think I'm a gold digger just dating guys with cars, but honey, it takes more than just a guy with nice cars and a nice house for me to fall in love. And everybody thinks that I was so in love with my ex because he had all this nice shit and a nice house and 2 cars. No, honey. I fell in love with him because he brought me around his family like 3 weeks in. He fucking used to cook for me almost every goddamn night. He used to fucking pick me up and take me out, like, nice ass dates all the time. I'd be at his house while he was fucking working because he works from home. I would house sit for him. I was a big part of this nigga's life. It wasn't just for some fucking money. Okay, so the fat guy. Let's get back to the fat guy. Okay, so he was basically just like, oh, you look real good, I'm so glad, you gave me a chance, I could cook for you too, blah, 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 but I like to cook meat, mostly anything. You better not try to become a vegetarian or nothing, or eat healthy, because I like to get fat in that shit. I'm gonna make you gain some more weight, ha, ha, ha. I'm like, no, nigga, don't make me your size. Because he looked like he was pushing 300, y'all. He wasn't just chubby. He was like at least 250 pounds, y'all. Like, he was at least over 250 pounds. And I'm like, oh my God. People was looking at us. Like, you know how people will look at you from, like, the adjacent booth, and they're like, what the fuck, why are you with this nigga? And what made it worse was, the waitress said us at the same booth me and my ex sat at the last time me and my ex were at that restaurant months and months ago. So I'm not sure that the waitress knew and was fucking being shady as hell. But everybody was staring at us like, what the fuck, why is she with that fat guy, And I'm not trying to say that I'm, like, the most fit, sexy little skinny bitch now, but I'm just saying he would crush me. Like, he was 6'4" and fucking over 250 pounds, bitch. He looked like, bitch, he looked like a sumo wrestler, okay? I couldn't fucking do it. I couldn't. And, he kept staring at me, smacking and shit, licking his fingers. And then asked me, oh, I'm so glad I got to meet you, but, I live an hour away from here, so I'm about to have to go soon. Is your mama on her way? And I'm like, are you serious? He's like, oh, I'm going to come back here soon if you want me to. And I'm like, I said I'll think on that. And, as soon as my mom came, I fucking, I didn't even give him a kiss. I didn't give him a hug. I know that's fucked up. I didn't even give him a handshake, bitch. I said, bye, toodaloo. And, I ran to my mom's car, and she had no idea I went on this date with this, fat guy. And since he's been texting me saying, good morning, beautiful. I had a great time with you. Thanks for dining with me. I hope you're having a great day. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know what to fucking do. Okay? So this date has made me fucking realize that maybe I should not be dating yet. And maybe I should just fucking chill for the moment. Only because I'm comparing everything to my ex. Like, every guy that I'm talking to or every guy that I've been trying to talk to or meet up with, they're either not been up to my standards. This is my only first date since my ex or whatever. I'm just saying, all the guys I've been meeting up, all the guys I've been texting or whatever, they either, they have car problems, they have their mama live with them, or they live with their mama, or they have roommates and shit. And, I was blessed with a guy before him, before I was single. Now, my ex, I was blessed with a guy who had his own house, who had 2 cars, who had 3 degrees. Not saying that's a fucking, that's a fucking requirement, but I'm just saying I'm judging too much. And my heart is still with my ex. Sad enough. In a sick way, my heart is still with him because I keep comparing all these fucking guys to him and how our relationship was. And I'm not comfortable with having a relationship that's different than how me and my ex's relationship was. I'm looking for guys who live hella close to me because my ex lives 10 minutes away from me. But I keep getting in contact with these guys that live like fucking an hour away from me and like 2 hours away from me. And, they have car problems. They don't, they're not sure about their career. I don't like that shit. And it's like, it's like, if I can find somebody who acts just like my ex did in the beginning, I would be fucking happy, y'all. Y'all would never see me crying on YouTube ever again. Because my ex, in the beginning, he would vlog with me. He would cook me every night. He would fucking drive me around in both his cars. He would let me drive his cars. Anxiety or not, he would try to help me. He used to try to help me. I would be at his house when, he was working. I had his house key and everything. It was so official that I feel like this is like a divorce to me. So I'm not sure if I'm even ready to date. I compare too many men to my ex. And every time I'm like talking to a guy, they say something that reminds me of my ex, I get sad. Maybe I should just, chill from dating. Because this is just too much, y'all. Like, it's just like, bitch, this is a clusterfuck. Okay? Like, I don't even know what to do. Like, I'm still, like, feeling guilty about how our relationship went down to the point that I almost want to hit him up and ask him, what the fuck did I really do wrong, dude? Like, what the fuck? Why couldn't you give me some real goddamn closure, nigga? All right. Bye.